This is a fish, a mob that's essentially the punching bag of mobs. I mean, yeah, they're nice for decoration, but its only use is for food and breeding. Nothing else. So, over the course of the next week, I'm going to transform the end into something spectacular. Something that will have the players of the server awing over. My plan is to flood the end with fish. Yep. However, there is one major issue with this. Not only was the invite in 4 days with no materials in my possession, if I wanted to enter the end early to start on this project, I had to message the owner of the server, who I'm not on the best terms with. In the previous video that I uploaded, I killed Skyboy and took almost everything that he owned. But just a few days after that, he killed me and stole everything that I had on me, so I would be relying heavily on chance if I went ahead and asked him for some help. I have no idea how this is gonna go. Because on one hand, Skyboy might let us, you know, enter the end and all of that, we'll be fine. The downside of that, though, is that the dragon might guts. There's a lot of things going inside my head. All of this can go wrong in every way. I pinged Skyboy, so he should be joining soon. I'm gonna say like, oh, we have a deal to make, we want access to the end early, a few days early. We're not gonna kill the dragon or anything, but we just want to do something that involves the end island. We let him have the egg and the achievement without really getting in his way. I'm just incredibly nervous right now. Like, I don't know how this is gonna go. And after waiting for a few minutes, Skyboy joined my call. Skyboy, hi.
Hi.
And so my proposition came into motion. We had something in mind that we wanted to ask, since like you're the owner and you have practically access to everything. Knowing that the end fight is this Saturday, Max and I were wondering if we could get early access to the end, not to kill the dragon. We want to do something in the end that requires a lot of like preparation, I guess, and time.
Okay, I'll give you access on one condition. It's open for everyone and I just don't announce it.
Okay, actually.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you want me to open it now or when do you want me to?
Oh, no, not now. This deal was so much better than the one I originally had laid out. But with this new deal came a lot of concern with having to enter the end while nobody was online, and how the hell I was supposed to transfer hundreds of buckets and fish from one dimension to the other, and the amount of questions my teams were asking, so I have no idea where I'm at. And let's just focus on the present for now, let future me handle that issue. And with that, I quickly left a call with Max so I can get all of the iron I would need for the hundreds and hundreds of iron buckets to store every single fish. And let me tell you that I mined for hours that day with 0 breaks. Okay, maybe 1 break. So I was in the cave, right? I was mining, get all my iron. And then all of a sudden, I see an axolotl. Wait, there are 2 of them? Oh no, it's just 1. All right, come here, buddy. You're gonna be a part of something amazing. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I'm kind of skeptical. I have no idea how this is gonna go for me. Okay, so quick little break. Initially, I wanted this video to be about why I flooded the end with axolotls, but something happened later on in the video that will explain the reason why I switched to fish. For now, just enjoy me not realizing how much of a mistake gathering axolotls would be. So far, I've gotten just so much iron. I think I have like 2 more stacks back in my base. This is going extremely well for me right now. I don't know why. Usually things don't go that well in terms of like getting materials and all that easily, but I'm so happy. There's axolotls and there's tropical fish. I'm so happy. I actually might be able to do this. Well, past present, you would be so wrong because there were so many things that could and would go wrong within the next couple of days. And yeah, even though I got so much iron and found a lush cave near my base, it wouldn't even amount to the troubles I would face that same week. But something else came up, something that would seemingly alter my plans to gather hundreds of fish and axolotls to the point where this video was almost scrapped. Wait, actually, can you share your screen?
But he was like contemplating it. He was like,
maybe we should keep Presnt even though he doesn't grind up the what? Wait, so he was planning on kicking me. With this news, it meant one of 2 things. We either act like nothing happened and I end up getting betrayed by LastLife, or I think we have a reason to betray LastLife then. I say we do it during the end fight. It's our only option too, because like everyone's gonna be there and they're all gonna be fighting each other. LastLife's gonna have no idea what's gonna happen or what to expect, so I think that's our only option, honestly. So that was it. While it was a little concerning at first, I had at least had some time to prepare and incorporate the betrayal into my plan. And maybe beforehand, I could, you know, ask some other people on the server to lend me a little hand during the fight itself, but I couldn't let the fact that my own team would betray me get in the way of this giant project. So I got back to collecting materials for the next few hours until I got off for the day. Unfortunately, I had no real storage area outside of my base to store all of the fish and iron, so for the time being, I created a little hidden chest near our villager trading hall, which at the time was a terrible idea. I don't think the amount of fish I have in these chests is going to cut it out, but I was starting to have some doubts about this entire thing, just wondering if it was worth all of my time that I would spend on it. But good news, I managed to find the right farm on YouTube to actually get the axolotls. At the time, it was axolotls, but anyway, bad news. All my items are in that wall, and Latsy here is at the base. So if I could somehow open the wall and grab all of my items without him knowing, should be okay. All of these buckets and iron, and then we leave. He didn't. Oh, he started moving. Okay, we're good. We're good. This farm has to work. It just has to. It has to. Because if it doesn't, my entire plan is just gonna go downhill. I don't know, because like, in order for this to work, I practically need thousands and thousands of tropical fish. So if this farm ends up being a major failure, I honestly do not know what to do. Even with my pessimistic attitude, I was still determined that this was going to work, even if the end fight was in 3 days. But after finding the right spot for the cave, I begun work on the farm. I swear, there was like a section of this cave where it's just a huge opening, and it's in the lush cave too. Where is it? Oh, it's here. I am an idiot. If I follow this correctly, then tropical fish should spawn soon, maybe? I don't know when. I don't know how long it's gonna take. If it doesn't work, then... Wait. Oh my god. Alright, I just need him to swim down, and then I can capture him. Now, I was in business. I'm just gonna wait here, and hopefully fish spawn. I'm kind of scared. I'll be back in like an hour or something. I would in fact not be back in an hour because apparently that was the final clip that I recorded for the day. Don't ask. Okay, I swear I recorded something. But just to catch everybody up to speed, I built 2 more fish farms that surprisingly did work. For a little bit. What happens is that the farms were so inefficient that I looked up another tutorial for a tropical fish farm. One that could produce at least 1,600 tropical fish an hour, which was just perfect for me. So I downloaded a schematic of the build and got to work shortly after I deemed my other farm obsolete. So at the moment, there's like, what, 47 hours left until the end fight? Less than that? And I'm out here building a farm. I only need a few more materials and I can see if the farm works, because if it doesn't, I'm not gonna be happy. And worked on the farm I did. And let me tell you that it was an awful experience. Like, I'm telling you, going in and placing water from the top to the bottom was a pain, including the amount of kelp that I also had to place down just for the bubble columns to work. But after 20 minutes of non-stop kelp placing and breaking, I was done. Now, for the moment of truth. After building this farm for so long with a heinous amount of complications, I would finally see all the fish swim up so I could collect them in my buckets. Oh, don't tell me that I built this wrong. Do not tell me that all of this is built wrong. I can't even swim down. I kept troubleshooting the farm for so long. Maybe the fish were spawning outside of the farm in a nearby cave. Maybe I built the farm wrong and I had to tear it down and rebuild it. Maybe all it needs is just time. Maybe I didn't watch the video correctly. Maybe I didn't copy the schematic correctly. It could be anything. It could be like a multitude of reasons that I'm not sure of. I went around for 15 minutes just trying to find out what went wrong. And I finally noticed what happened after an additional 30 minutes. So the reason why they're not spawning in here is because they're spawning in this water source that I forgot to pick up. Yep, the entire reason why the farm was not functioning at all was because of this stupid 1x2 water source with just 2 fish occupying it. But I pushed that aside and focused on transferring the fish I had stored in the previous farm, since I didn't want to mine any additional iron for the buckets. And when I got back, it isn't even working. Yeah, as it turns out, those 2 fish were not the problem, and after my entire mental was shattered, I took a little break for about an hour and just came back to see what the problem was. So I just took a break, just watching some YouTube videos, listening to music, and I go into the world where I got the download from for the schematic, and it turns out I completely messed up. You heard me correctly. I had to widen the space because tropical fish cannot just spawn on the soul sand and get shot up all the way to the top. You see, if you take a look at the bottom of each farm, the one I downloaded and the one that I made, there's no room for them to spawn in the one I made, which means that they either don't spawn at all or they just spawn in the surrounding area where there is water and room for them to spawn in. So now I get to spend all of my time just mining all of this. I'm glad I found the issue though. If I didn't even go back into the world, I probably would not have caught that mistake. So good on me for double checking. And after grilling a few minutes, I mined out both sides of the farm only to be greeted by the first tropical fish to spawn in the farm. Okay, now the fish spawn. Oh wow, now it's working. Oh my god. Now they decide to spawn. It was at this point though that I was starting to get fed up with this entire project itself. I mean, yeah, I did know what I was getting myself into, but after the countless mistakes that I made and the various setbacks, I was losing my mind. Oh wow, it's a fish. It's a fish. Wow, tropical fish. I am so done with this. I just can't wait for this to be over. Just about 40-ish hours left, and I don't have to deal about all of this fish and axolotl bullshit again. But after 10 minutes of non-stop mining, I was finally done. Alright, I'm done. Finally. Really hope this is worth it. Maybe I'm just being really pessimistic, but I don't know if this is going to work or not. Oh. It's working. Oh my god. Dude, this is incredible. It's producing more fish than my other 3 machines combined. They just keep flying up. I almost have a full inventory's worth of tropical fish. This right here was the most happy I've been during this entire project. Just seeing all of these fish fly up from the bottom of the farm to the collecting station with 0 issues was just a joyous sight to take in. It finally felt like everything was going right for me, and as I started to collect the mass amounts of fish spawning in, all of my worries seemingly left my mind. I'm just gonna get all these fish in buckets and hope for the best. This one I lost all hope. This farm from a YouTube video just pops into my life. Thank you so much. And by the time I was finished, I ran out of buckets, but at the moment I currently have over 13 double chests full of tropical fish in buckets. And if you do the math and all of that, it comes out to 702, counting only the full double chest. But I want to start moving everything over to a nearby stronghold that I located using legit methods. I somehow was able to find the seed. Don't ask me how, but there is a stronghold nearby. I'm just gonna move everything before anyone else gets on. Now, it is about 600 blocks away, but you know, I've got nothing to worry about. I hope. Yeah, it was at this moment that I knew something was about to go right. My team is logging in within the next 20 minutes. Wanted to get geared up for the fight in less than 2 days, but it was much more than that. I don't see any stronghold, and I'm already at deep slate. And after checking replay mod to see if I just missed stronghold by a few blocks, I came to the conclusion that it's not even here. But when there's bad news, there's always some good to come out of it. Alright, so slight update. You can't even see me. So this is where it was originally on the server. Now I took the seed from the seed map and I basically made a single player world, and I went over to the same place, typed in /locate Minecraft stronghold. It's about 400 blocks away. So if I teleport here and I go all the way down, whoa, it's just a stronghold. So the website that I was using to locate the stronghold was off by about 400 blocks, which meant that I had to take an even longer trip from the fish farm to the portal room, totaling almost 1,000 blocks in just one direction. And once I dug at the exact coordinates, I would assume it's down here or something. I don't exactly know. But before I reveal what happened, I just want to mention that I am so close to hitting 100,000 subscribers. So if you want to help me reach my goal before the end of the year, please do subscribe and join my Discord to claim your OG role. Anyway, back to the video. I would assume it's down here or something. I don't exactly know. You have got to be kidding me. Oh, I have to play it off. Right! When I mined the block, he just immediately logs on. At this point, I was just completely screwed because if I had dug into the room and jumped in right after LastLife joined, this entire project would have been compromised and I would have been interrogated at that exact moment because of the I Spy advancement that pop up in chat. But I had one idea up my sleeve. I'm just gonna call Max. Okay, Max, so you know how Latzy pinged everyone to get on, right? Do you think you could ask him to hop on PvP Legacy for a bit? For like one round, to get him off the server for a bit.
Can I burn his VC then?
Alright, thank you.
I'm gonna take one for the team, I'm sorry.
And just as I had predicted, Latzy logged off of the server. Yes, yes. Oh my god. I can't believe that worked. I can't believe that worked. All I need to worry about now is just getting all of the tropical fish over to the stronghold and hope that no one suspects anything. Everything was going perfectly for me. I was making the trips transporting all the fish and my items to the stronghold in a room not too far away from where the portal was. And there were no complications whatsoever. I mean, besides the fact that I was still losing my mind and the amount of blocks I was traversing in such a short amount of time wasn't helping. But all good things eventually come to an end. God, oh, I never thought I would have to come to this spot. Why are you never at base? I was like collecting materials for some projects. Hopefully that works, because I mean, I'm not lying. How does that work? He's not suspicious in the slightest. Actually, he was gaining suspicion. It was true. Ever since starting this project, I had never set foot in our base. And let me tell you, Latzy is an all-seeing individual. He is like the hawk of the Spiral SMP. But I knew I couldn't hide forever. Even with his suspicions though, I was ready. My entire plan is that tomorrow at around 11 AM PST, I'm going to ask Skyboy to open the end. This was it. I had all of my chests ready, full of the fish, and I was fairly confident that things were going to go smoothly. But I would be lying if I said things went as planned. Right after that clip, I finished transporting the last few tropical fish to the portal room, and I decided AFK where it was safe. It wasn't safe enough. While I was AFK eating lunch, Latzy and E-Temple, for some odd reason I still do not know, made their way over to the stronghold that I was at, even finding all 13 double chests full of tropical fish. I had no idea what was happening too since I wasn't even in my room, but by the time I got back to my desk and tabbed back into Minecraft, I was confronted by the both of them. Now, I wasn't recording any of this because my mind was going through so many emotions. Shock, disbelief, anger. It was just too much, so I will just try my best to recreate it the best that I can. So what happened is Latzy kept asking me over and over again what the fish were for and why I had so many just sitting in a room next to the portal room. And without directly telling him, I kept reiterating that it's for a project I was working on, but he kept demanding to know. And if I didn't tell him, he and E-Temple would assume that I was betraying them. And no matter how many times I kept saying I was working on a secret project, which was in fact not a lie, they killed me. But after some back and forth, Latzy finally came to his senses and understood everything that I was doing, after I had to tell him everything I was planning for the end fights. But on the bright side, he agreed to help me transport the fish over to the end, and so, with less than 13 hours until the end fights, I was ready to enter the portal.
Come over here.
My game has crashed. Okay, you might be asking, Present, why did you intentionally crash your game? And to that I answer, I didn't. You're going to see this happen a couple more times, but long story short, there was an update for this one mod I was using, and I completely forgot to install the update, so that's why my game is crashing each time I entered a different dimension. Anyway, after quickly loading back up my game, I joined the server to see if I had made it, or if I had somehow died. I'm in. It was here that I felt a rush of energy, but also anxiety since one wrong move here could result in the failure of this entire project. So I rushed over to one of the nearest end pillars to construct a temporary storage room for the fish. And once all the chests were in place, Operation Flood the End with Fish was a go. With Latzy dropping me the fish and me storing it in the chest, we had a little groove going, but I had to make my way over to another end pillar, this time a little bit underground because I was completely oblivious to the fact that the dragon can fly through blocks and break chests. And I was up until 12:40 in the morning that night, continuously placing down water before the fights, but it got to the point where I just couldn't bear looking at my screen anymore, and so I got it for the night, hoping that I could continue successfully in the morning. It's like 7:34 in the morning right now. I just got up like 4 minutes ago. Oh my god, I'm so tired. All I need to do is just Finish up the water. Okay, should be good to go. Why am I doing this? Is this even worth it? I'm having an existential crisis like 3 hours before the end fight. Even though I made it this far, I still had worrying thoughts. But I kept going, no matter how tired I was. And even if I didn't finish here, I still made it this far. Albeit some minor setbacks. Come on, slow. But finally, there you go. That is basically the entire end flooded. Now came part of the project where I had to quickly change what I was planning on doing. Earlier in the video, I said that my original plan was to flood the end with axolotls, not fish. Well, things were going well for me in terms of actually breeding the axolotls in the end. They were swimming around with no complications whatsoever. That is, until I left the server. Apparently, every single one of the axolotls had T-spawned when I logged back onto Spiral, and with no more axolotls in my chest, I had to resort to the only mob that I had left in buckets. Fish. And so, with less than 3 hours until the end fights, the tropical fish species began to slowly invade the end dimension. After all this time, it took so long. The final fish. A parrot. Dude, I'm spawning parrot X2 as a fish. Go on. Oh, it's done. All I can do is just wait. And with less than 30 minutes left until the end fight, I joined a call with my new team. One that would help Max I betray Latzy. Because ever since he got his hands on the difficulty swapper, he's been practically controlling the entire server, changing the difficulty to peaceful whenever he's not online to prevent anybody from getting totems, mob drops, etc. But I had to play along, act like I was still on his team, which was why I had to unfortunately let him in on my plans and let him find a way to get an upper hand on his enemies. So I joined a new team, secretly. One that would protect me from Latzy and his plan to control the entire server. One that I've been working with this entire time. And after talking it over with everybody about what would happen, we all waited until it was time for the end fights. One by one, everybody started to enter the end, presumably astonished by my fabulous makeover with plenty of fish to inhabit the flooded landscape.
What is this?
I don't think they were too happy, if I'm being completely honest.
Oh god, I need help. I need help.
Oh no, because I mean...
That Skyway Pico all on me right now.
Where'd he go? Okay, keep killing skeletons.
Anyone even going for the dragon?
Oh
No.
my god. Oh! Oh my god. Dude.
Go for Skyway.
I'm going for Eat Temple. I'm going for Eat Temple.
Hey guys, don't go back to your base. It's gonna be really
I know, I already saw the screenshot.
What? How did you die? This is
Yeah, we got off you, got off you.
Thank you,
this end
thank
fight so entertaining.
Flash it, flash it. Okay, he's targeting me. Wait for him to get off me. Okay.
Oh, help. I'm gonna die. I'm actually gonna die.
Drop, I'm
gonna
about
die,
to
I'm gonna
drop,
die, I'm
guys.
gonna
I'm about to drop.
I'm...
What?
No.
My game is crashed.
Ratchet. I popped. Yes. Ratchet. Yeah, I popped Ratchet.
Nice.
He's dead.
Dude, what?
Wait,
How
Matt,
is he alive?
Wait,
Oh, no, he's gone. Yes.
Nice.
Let's go.
Good shit, good shit.
Get Lotsy's
I have 2 pots.
Oh, got him,
Oh, nice.
Let's go. Wait, Lotsy's here.
Dude, Latzy, how long has he been alive for?
It's like the final boss battle.
Dude, no, all the fish. All the fish are just dying.
He's chugging. He's
Stuff.
he had a shield called Content.
Or free stuff. Yo, I'm getting beaten up by the Enderman, bro.
Oh, he's going to the end. He's going back to East Temple probably. East Temple's probably back. Oh, he's just digging down. Oh, he just fell?
Did he
What?
fall?
He's in the void. Yeah, he died in the void.
What?
What?
W! What?
Present, we did it. We're free.
Yeah.
We're free. We're
We're
free.
free.
Yeah, we
We're
did it.
free.
We're free.
The fight was over, and with this came the aftermath. But what exactly do I mean by this? Well, I took a little trip over to my old base, which was in ruins by the time I got back. Oh my god. Everything is just gone. And with this, it was over. The server wasn't active for the remainder of the season, and things were not the same. But when one door closes and another one opens, an opportunity to start over like nothing ever happened. A chance to be someone else in a sort of distinct world where everything is unlike anything I've ever seen.